Hello guys, my name is Evgenia, we're in Kyiv again and this is Convoy 44. Behind my back you can see great people, all of them are drivers. They drove all the way from Tallinn to Kyiv, and among them was one really special guest who is standing right now next to me.
My name is Caolan. I came to Ukraine as a journalist to tell the truth about what Putin is trying to hide. And I realized when I crossed the border into Ukraine, watching dozens of cars like this head towards the front line, that this, good people and these vehicles, is what keeps Ukraine moving forward.
So let's meet our heroes. Get ready, we are about to start the Convoy 44.
This is great to meet you because I've met so many soldiers across Ukraine over the years that had completely ordinary lives before the full-scale invasion. What is it like being someone that worked in a normal everyday life in shopping malls, now carrying the scars of combat, doing what you're doing every single day? How does it feel?
I simply realized that we are fighting to stop the war. We are fighting the war just to save more lives. We should stop the enemy where it is, to prevent their moving forward to European countries, to moving forward to our Western Ukraine, and to save as much lives as we can. So war, it's about saving lives.
We've seen so much information about how on the Russian side people are drafted and people are forced to fight. But in Ukraine, so many people like yourself that I've met volunteer to fight. Why do you think that fundamental difference is?
You can't run from the enemy forever. You should simply take a stand and stop the enemy where it is, because the longer you are thinking about actions, the further enemy will go on. And the main question is where you will take a fight, where you will be ready, because we are at the moment of exam for independence, and this exam is not only for Ukraine. We should unite and we should stop the enemy right now.
When you first signed up and volunteered to fight, did you expect that you would just be fighting? Actually, no, let me rephrase this. How does it feel as well as someone that volunteered to fight, who's now also keeping people alive? Did you expect that that would be such a core part of what you're doing?
Of course, because war is not only about the permanent fighting, it's not only about being in a fight for 24/7, it's also about the logistic issues, it's also about the medicine, it's also about the medical evacuation. And this truck is very good evidence for that evacuation, the mobility, the ability of fast moving, fast transferring your wounded person to the hospital is only way at the moment, especially in the region of Pokrovsk, of our soldiers to stay alive. And such vehicles are the really way to stay alive for our soldiers.
How does it feel seeing people from all over the world still care so much about Ukraine? Because the news changes so much, people's attention spans change, there's things happening in Israel all over the planet, but people still care so much that cars like this are being delivered constantly to Ukraine. What does that feel like as someone that's fighting every day?
You know, that is inspiring. It gives us force, strength to continue the fight. It will helping us a lot that we know we are supported by different countries, by different cultures, by different people. And it's great to realize that people understand what you are doing, what borders you are protecting, and what your country is doing to protect the whole Europe, the whole world, the democracy. Because this is a test for democracy for the whole world.
I've been speaking to people all around Europe and all over the world recently as I've been traveling outside of Ukraine, and so many people have told me that they've been inspired in their everyday lives by Ukraine's fight for survival that still continues to this day. And you've been talking about being inspired by other countries, but how does it make you feel knowing that literally millions of people around the world are inspired by what you're doing?
We are simply sure that we are doing everything right. That's all. We are on the right side we are doing the right actions, we are fighting for democracy. We are where we should be. That's all.
And what are your hopes for the future?
I hope, of course, the most of all, we are hoping for the peace. And we have a great dream to return to the borders of 91.
Amazing. Well, I thought I would give you a patch as well as a symbolism of Canada's support for this country as well, which has been constant since 2022. And it just represents that solidarity with you fighting every single day and everyday Canadian. So I thought I'd pass this on to you.
Thank you so much. And I also would like to thank you with our battle patch. So please take it.
Oh, amazing.
This is a patch of our brigade, 14th Brigade of Operational Command, Червона Калина.
Incredible.
We are fighting in Pokrovsk in these minutes.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Hi, Luke, Jamie, and entire Canadian battalion. All fundraisers, all guys and beautiful ladies who helped us to collect money for that beautiful car. That car will help to evacuate our guys from the very front lines so they can receive medical help and come back to their families alive. Commanders of our brigade are very grateful for you, for your help, for your support. God bless you. Thank you.
So the first thing I want to ask you is, how does it feel seeing technology saving lives in real combat situations?
Yeah, I'm a soldier of 3rd Separate Assault Brigade, and we are working with unmanned ground drones. So why we started to organize logistic to the front line, to the trenches of our infantrymen, because of the danger of FPV drones that Russian use. They created, and actually we created also from our side and from their side, kill zone. So being in this kill zone, it's near 10 kilometers from our position to our back. It's the zone where potentially our technique, our armored vehicles could be targeted by FPV drones, and anything and anyone that are moving there. So why we, to prevent lives of our personnel, we started to do transporting different equipment, medicine, provision by unmanned ground drones, and also to evacuate wounded soldiers, because one ground drone can exchange 4 people who are involved in evacuation. And when we replace by unmanned ground drone, we saving people's life.
From what I've seen covering the front line all across this country, it feels like Ukrainians value human life so much more than the Russians do. Do you think that's one of the reasons that Ukraine has excelled so much in robotic warfare recently? Sending an unmanned vehicle to storm a trench is so much better than potentially losing a Ukrainian life. Do you think that's why innovation has happened so much recently?
Yes, that's true. As our commander said, that everything that we are doing for infantrymen to save his life, because they are doing the most dangerous and important work now, and also better that our ground drone will be damaged or will be, distracted than person's life, our soldiers' life. So that's not comparable,
Lots of Americans are uncomfortable with their government. Lots of Americans love Ukraine, and they've come together through Jake Broe's campaign to crowdfund for this specific vehicle. And this patch represents what this is as well. It's not just a patch as well, it represents people that love Ukraine and determination for this country to keep on fighting, and they wanted to give you this, so I thought I'd hand this over.
Yeah, thank you. By the way, it is, I don't know, something special, because we are also saving donkey's life. We don't use animals on front line, but we know that Russians could use but we're glad that we have our like metal donkeys that saves people's lives. So thank you for everyone who joined this fundraiser for truck and for helping to do our mission more successful.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hello, Jake. We are thankful for you and your community, for your support, for buying this pickup truck. Thank you for helping us to save Donkey's life.
So the first thing I want to ask you is, what motivates you to fight every single day?
They left us no choice because we didn't want to fight with them, and this period of war is a really long one. But the matter is that we are not preparing for any warfare. We have gave up our nuclear power. We had a lot of armament. We had tanks. We had airplanes, and we had chosen our way of peace and living peacefully in a good community with other nations in a strong Europe and peaceful world. If we do not have now our security, our peace, our borders, then anyone can take any territory with no consequences.
Why does Russia want to steal this country so much? What are they trying to get?
Because you see, when they come to some international meetings or even propaganda or something, they tell about history. They speak a lot about history. Somebody had this land, somebody had this land, but as you see, they always lie. We were a part of this, and that is why they had, a big myth, for example, that in Second World War they had a lot of good items, good battles, good techniques, good solutions, but it was all fake because all people who were fighting in this war, they were not hearing, but in the Soviet territory. In your countries, abroad in Europe, you know the truth about this war, but it is not so heroic on the Russian task. It is almost many deaths, not something else. A lot of deaths and support with the tanks, cars, any supplies for the victory of the coalition of your countries and the Soviet state republics. That is why now they tell a lot about history, but history they are telling is not the truth, but because they had hidden all signs of true history for the world. And that is why they speak about history, but we do not have to believe them and to trust them in any inch of it, because it is all also fake, like anything, like the second army in the world and so on and so on.
So the reason that this truck is here is because of Americans that share exactly what you're talking about understanding and supporting Ukraine. And as a symbol of all of that, and it's a symbol of support from Americans and Jake Broe, they have a patch that they've asked me to give you, so I thought I'd hand that over.
Thank you very much to great people of the world who support Ukraine, to Jake Broe, and for future we hope that we will together win, and we will fulfill all our job very good.
Incredible.
Slava Ukraini!
Slava Ukraini! Hi Jake Broe and all your good friends. We would like to thank you all for your support, for your donations, for your kind assistance, and we have received with your help this good Volkswagen Transporter 5 4-wheel drive.
Labas. Hello.
Hello.
Hola. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Salut. Hello. Sveiki.
Hello.